Sure, I'll start with an opening statement. Thanks everyone for being here. I can't believe game week is finally here. I know our kids are really excited, as is our staff, and I'm open to any questions.
How different will year 2 be from year 1?
We'll find out soon. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I know is different that I can speak to is that we practice a lot better. Starting with last postseason through this summer and this preseason, we are a very improved practice team, which I know as a coach matters a lot with where I feel like we are. So we'll see going into this week what that transpires into.
With the season under your belt, how has your coaching philosophy changed from year 1 to year 2?
I don't think it's changed. I think that the biggest thing is learning to adapt to who we have and trying to, after your first year, we have a better feel of what everyone on our team can do and trying to put them in those good spots. I think coming in new with a new staff and a new team, there is a learning curve with actually just learning what everyone can do and how to put them in advantageous positions. So I think that has improved. And then knowing the league better. The league is outstanding, and having gone through it for a year, I think you have a better understanding of what the league means.
To my question, the MAC probably last year probably should have been a 3-bid league.
Yeah.
How do you close the gap when the top of the league is this good?
There's a lot of ways you close the gap. Recruiting's part of it. And then systematically being excellent at what you do. We talk all the time with our kids about winning those margin possessions, winning those possessions that at the end of the game, when you look back, those 5 to 10 possessions that change a game. We've been able to lock in more to those. I feel like last year that we weren't there. And this year I feel like we spent a lot of time about learning how to win those possessions, which ultimately in our league, those possessions change your season.
You were able to get a recruiting class in. What holes did you need to fill, and do you feel like you've achieved that?
We're still evolving, and I know that. And I think on any team, you are always doing that. I think something we really targeted that we felt like we needed to make big improvements in was athleticism. The MAC is a very athletic league, and I felt like that was a challenge we had night in and night out. And I feel like we've taken some good steps in bridging that gap.
The roster is still relatively young as it was last year, but kind of how much growth have you and did you need to see from Morgan and Katie? Kind of how their responsibilities maybe increase, especially with the loss of a point guard?
Yeah, they had, I always say it's so different between what year you are. Really, experience is telling. So you can be a sophomore and be really experienced. And those two sort of got thrown into the fire last year and got a ton of game experience, which we've seen that. We've seen there's confidence in that. There's also development in that. So that's been good. I've seen that in both of them.
Pretty much everywhere you've been, you've won. So how did you get through the tough times last year?
It's interesting because I really believe that if you're in coaching for the right reasons, you can coach any team through anything. You could coach any age. You could coach any level. If you really, in my opinion, for me, if I'm in coaching for why I say I'm in coaching, and that's to see kids' lives transform, then that purpose never changes. I mean, it can be more challenging, but it never changes. So there's tons of cool things that happened last year. I mean, at the end of the day, the scoreboard was challenging, even though I thought we continued to get more competitive as the year went on. But there were a lot of really cool things that happened last year that were really rewarding for me and my staff.
How do you guys replace the point guard? Are you going to kind of do it by a one person, or is it going to be kind of by committee as who handles the ball, who brings it up the floor?
Yeah, we have more. We have multiple choices this year. I feel like we have a number of kids. We have more true combo guards with some of the new kids we brought in. So we're having multiple kids being able to play that spot. And then with the way we play, really all our guards need to be able to pass, dribble, and shoot. So that's what we've been able to do so far.